Hi, good morning. I'm JP Thong. I'm now at Kechara Forest Retreat, Malaysia. And today is day 55 of Mindful Morning Meditation. How is everyone doing this morning? I hope everyone had a good rest. As we're waiting for everyone to tune in, let's do a little bit of stretching. Breathe slowly as you're stretching. Okay. And stretch your body. My body's a bit stiff today. It's been stiff for a few days because I've been having a stiff neck for the last 2-3 days. Okay, that felt good. And the neck. Stretch a little bit. Especially for those of you who, you've just woken up. It'd be good to do a little stretching so that you don't feel any cramps when we meditate. Okay, that's good. Let's see who has tuned in this morning. Good morning, Coglan, Emily, Louis, Iman, Calvin, Cindy, Glenn, Zinkoy. Thank you very much for tuning in. Do get yourself ready. If you are sitting on the floor, get a cushion and sit at the edge. If you are not good sitting on the floor, then get yourself a chair or on a sofa. But again, do sit at the edge of your chair or your cushion. And then after that, we will start with the 9-round breathing meditation. Okay? So, hi, Dr. Hang. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, so if everyone is ready, we shall start with the 9-round breathing meditation. All right, so here we go. Rock forwards and backwards. Remember, every time when you breathe in during the 9-round breathing meditation, always visualize white healing light entering through your nostrils and filling your entire body with the healing oxygen. And every time when you breathe out, visualize dark smoke coming out from your nostrils, and they represent all your stress, anxiety. For myself, it will be the aches and pains I'm having at the back. And all the negativities, breathe it all out. All right, so we shall do that now. All right, so left hand out, thumb down, wrap your thumb. Put your left fist under your right armpit, right hand on your left nostril, and breathe in. Breathe out. Take your time. Breathe out all the way. Breathe in again. And breathe out. Breathe in again. And breathe out. Okay, change hands. Right palm out, thumb down, wrap your thumb, put your right fist under your left armpit, left hand on your right nostril, and breathe in slowly. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in again. And breathe out. Okay. Both hands on your thighs. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in again. Breathe out. And breathe in. Breathe out. Great, and we are done. Hi, morning, Pastor Hani. Hello, King Hoi. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, so if you've just tuned in, we just finished a 9-round breathing meditation. This is again to calm the body and the mind, so that when we meditate shortly, it will be easier for us to ground ourselves and to still the mind. All right, so we shall start with the sound bathing right now for 20 minutes. Okay, if you feel that you would like to increase the time of the sound bathing meditation more than 20 minutes, do let me know right in the comments, and perhaps tomorrow we can do 25 minutes, all right, or 30 minutes. Just let me know what you prefer, okay? So before I start hitting on the singing bowl, I will walk you through the breathing again, and then after that, I will hit the singing bowl. And again, do focus on the sound entering your heart chakra, and relax. And every time when a thought or emotion arise, bring your focus back to the sound. Okay, so here we go. Cochlear says, let's go for 25 minutes. Okay, if majority would like that, we'll do that tomorrow. Okay, so we'll do 20 minutes. And here we go. 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in white healing light. Fill your entire body in this white healing light. And breathe out the dark smoke that represents all your stress, anxiety, worries, anger, unhappiness, aches and pains. Every time you breathe in, fill every single cell in your body in this white healing light that is filled with oxygen, love, compassion, and kindness. And every time you breathe out, visualize dark smoke and breathe out all the negativities. You can either close your eyes or have them half open. And I shall hit the singing bowl now. Focus on the sound and let the vibrations enter your heart chakra. As it enters your heart chakra, it will travel throughout your body, releasing all the tension, all the stress, Focus on the sound. Watch your thoughts, watch your emotions, focus on the sound. Let the sounds of love, kindness, and compassion enter your heart chakra, traveling throughout your body, releasing you of all the stress, unhappiness, your guilt, anger, frustrations, aches and pains. Let them all go. Let them all go. Let them all go. You feel very relaxed, very calm. As you fill your entire body with love, kindness, and compassion. Allow the sounds of love, kindness, and compassion enter through your heart chakra and let it permeate throughout your body. You feel very light, very relaxed. Focus on the sound. Watch your emotions, watch your thoughts. Bring your focus back to the sound. Embrace the love, kindness, and compassion. And experience the vibrations of the love, kindness, and compassion. Focus on the sound. Watch your thoughts and watch your emotions. Bring your focus back to the sound. sounds of love, kindness, compassion enter through your heart chakra. Let your entire body be filled with its vibrations. You deserve all the love, kindness, and compassion. As you are worthy enough for all the love, you deserve all the love. Whatever has happened in the past, let it all go. All the mistakes you've made, let them all go and start fresh. Forgive yourself and make the right choices starting now. Let go of your guilt, your insecurities, and your fear. And focus on the love and creation, because you have the power to make new choices from now on. You choose to focus on love, kindness, and compassion. You choose to focus on love, kindness, and compassion. You choose to focus on love, kindness, and compassion. Because you deserve all the love, kindness, and compassion. In 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're done. So how was that for everyone today? Again, do share with me your experience for today's sound bathing meditation session. And also do share with me what you have written in your gratitude journal. As you're writing, I will share with you what I wrote yesterday in my gratitude journal. I said that I'm grateful for being alive. I'm grateful for the fresh air in Kechara Forest Retreat. And number 3, I'm grateful for the wild birds that are constantly chirping in Kechara Forest Retreat. Okay, so I would love to hear what you're grateful for. Hi Peg, hi Raj Kumar, hi Kirsten, thank you very much for tuning in. Yes, Kirsten, we just finished the sound bathing meditation, so I guess you can listen to the sharing shortly. But it'd be good if you can join us with the meditation, yeah, because it'll be very helpful with training our mind to focus, and because of that, you'll be able to have much better control of what you want to focus in your life. Yeah, because a lot of times, as I've said many times, because we don't spend enough time controlling the mind, and hence when the emotions arise, we cannot help it. So I'm not saying that you should suppress your emotions, but when they do arise, we have the skill to focus on things that are more beneficial for us. Yeah, perhaps such as our intentions. Okay, so that'll be very good. Hi Christina, thank you for tuning in. I didn't see your name earlier. Morning. Good session today, but many thoughts of my loved ones who passed away came to my mind during meditation. Yes. So, Christina, since as you have been following this program for quite a while already, you will notice that as we progress with our meditation, a lot of things in the past will start to arise as we get ourselves more and more focused and more grounded. A lot of things that we forget will arise, and you'll be amazed at how many things you can actually remember. Yeah. So that's natural. Okay. So Cindy says today felt calm. There's a vibration on the back of the body, but it disappeared after a while. Cochran says, great feeling today, very healing. Seems to sound to be more permeating compared to previous session, which led to more healing. Christina says, you were right on top wishing good morning. Okay. Because I think by the time I checked the Facebook, I saw a few people that has tuned in, but I couldn't see your name, so that's why. Yeah, that's the thing with Facebook. Okay, so so Cochran, you said that the sound is more permeating compared to previous session, which led to more healing. Okay, perhaps can you share with me more about when you said that you feel that you are healed even more? Can you give me some details of what you mean by that? Yeah. Again, you'd be surprised with how beneficial it is that every time when we improve on our focusing skills, you will notice that your stress level goes down, and you will also notice that you become more constructive during the day, and you can multitask a lot more. I'm not sure if you have experienced that by now, yeah, because it's already day 55. And if you do meditate on a daily basis, it doesn't matter, it can be just 5-10 minutes, yeah, not necessarily 20 minutes or half an hour, but just a good 5-10 minutes every day before you start the day. you should be able to see all these side benefits already. Yeah, do share with me, because for me, I feel a huge difference ever since, I do more with my meditation. I do it every day anyways when I do my prayers. But with these weekend meditations, somehow I see a change, a faster change in my mind, and I'm not as easily distracted. That's what I noticed. And I'm very, very focused throughout the day, and I get a lot more things done. It's very, very beneficial. And whatever happens, I notice that I have the peace of mind and the calm that I can look at what obstacles or what challenges are ahead of me, and because of that, I have the clarity of the mind to make better choices during the day. So that's my experience. Yeah. Corinne, woke up this morning with a slight heavy head. I'm now good after the session. Great and energized. Yes, wonderful. So again, because we conscientiously breathe in and out during the meditation. So as you breathe in, you bring in all the oxygen to fill your body. Yeah, and that helps tremendously especially when we have headaches. Coglan says, gratitude, sufficient food, opportunity to practice the Dharma. Yes, sufficient food is very good, because there are many people out there who are starving and do not have food for days because of the current pandemic. So definitely very grateful for that. Dr. Hank, I felt extremely calm today and almost fall asleep. I can sense the sound penetration through my body from top. Grateful for all. I guess it's a good sign, Dr. Hank, perhaps because you've been very tired, working throughout the day. No, not throughout the day, throughout the week. So it's a great way to also calm the mind. But try not to fall asleep, because this is not a meditation to help you sleep. Okay, there are meditations that we can do to help you sleep if you are suffering from insomnia. So unfortunately, this is not the program for that. So focus, because some of us are even attached to sleeping, and every time, because we're so attuned, our body is so attuned that every time when we sit down or when we calm down, that equates to sleeping. Okay? So without us even realizing it, sometimes we would have programmed our body or our mind to do that. So now it is to reprogram that and push your mind to wake up and focus on the sound. Okay? That's a tough one, because my teacher has trained me on that. And he would give talks and have meetings for hours non-end, and he would say, focus on the meeting, and it can go on for more than 12 hours, sometimes 20 hours, and that was very good, because it really, after a while, I noticed that that through practice, it becomes easier to focus on what is more important, or what is at hand, and not let the sleep kick in. Then, of course, after that, you can have a good rest. Okay? So that's a good one. Christina, gratitude. Grateful for so much food and choices we get every day. Grateful for a group of good friends, and grateful for mobility. Yes, all that is wonderful. Yeah? Coglan sound is felt from head all the way to my heart chakra. I guess I've relaxed more to allow the sound to permeate into my heart. How this happened is to have a relaxed mind and control my thoughts, to let it all pass and not analyze it. Let it all go and just surrender to the sound entirely. Yes, exactly, Coglan. I'm glad that you've shared that with me, that you've actually finally let go of your thoughts, whatever thoughts that may come out, be it, what's the rhythm of JP hitting the bowl, or, that sound was a bit too loud and it pierced my ears. Whatever it is that our mind will start to analyze. Those are called thoughts. And when that happens, again, focus on the sound. Focus on the sound, focus on the sound. Yeah, and let the thoughts arise, and it'll arise and it'll just go away, and that'll be very, very good. Again, when we do this on a daily basis, it'll be much easier for us when we feel stress, when we feel pressure. It will all arise, yeah? Or when somebody says something and you usually react negatively to it, and you get all stressed and unhappy. But because now that you have the skill of just say, okay, I'll focus on my intention for the day, or I'll focus on my task at hand, and just let whatever emotions arise, just let it pass. And when you do this enough times, you will notice that you will just split second. It'll be a split second whereby you just go, oh, no thanks, no thanks. Let's focus on something that's more constructive. That happens. So practice makes perfect. That's basically what it is. Okay. Yiman, yes, JP, with the daily breathing sound meditation, I realized my stress management and focus improved for better. Despite my very hectic work schedule for the past 2 weeks, I used to be quite stressed out and overwhelmed in the past. Definitely, Yiman, definitely. You have come a long way, and I thank you very much and I rejoice that you actually choose to invest your time in yourself through this meditation program. Okay, very few people actually take the time to invest in themselves in a way that nurtures the soul or nurtures the mind. Whatever you call it. As I said last week, it's like chicken soup. You know the book Chicken Soup to Your Soul, right? I think it's called. Is it Chicken Soup for the Soul? Yeah. So what that book is about is to nurture the inner self. To really nurture it so that we find the peace and the happiness and the joy as we're alive. And that is very, very important because we're so busy, so distracted with our daily lives, we never take a break, or we don't take enough breaks to kind of go in to our inner self and just check in on ourselves, and to heal it, and to remove all the negativities, and in order for us to do all that, we need knowledge, we need information, we need to know how to do it. And once we know how to do it, we have all that information, and we apply that medicine into the inner self or the soul, and that's where all the healing process starts. And because of that, I congratulate you, Yiman, that you actually feel less stress and overwhelmed. And of course, with the meditation that you've been participating, now you have a much better control of your mind. Much better control. That's why, although you have a lot of tasks at hand in your work, but instead of focusing on being overwhelmed, you focus on completing the task. And it is that simple, but the results are so much more beneficial. Yeah, so thank you very much, Yiman, for sharing that. Hi, Andrew. Thank you very much for tuning in. Good morning. Glenn, today felt calmer at peace and also felt an envelope of clouds surrounding me and more patient with loved ones. What do you mean by an envelope of clouds surrounding me? Can you share with me what that feels like? Okay, so continue to share. Now, today I am going to be talking about, before I even start talking about that, I'd like to thank the sponsors for today's program, just in case I forget afterwards. So today's program is sponsored by Yiman, and your dedication is, may all suffering quickly cease, all joy and happiness be fulfilled, and the Holy Dharma flourish forevermore. Lam Kok Luen, sponsor, Lam Kok Luen and family, dedication, may all who participate in meditation gain more inner peace. The next sponsor, Michelle Chan, there's no dedication. Next sponsor, Cindy Fu, dedication. Pray that there will be no more COVID-19 infections. Sponsor, Corinne Wong, no dedication. Sponsor, Kirsten, dedication, dedicated to all who are viewing the Kechara programs and to all who are sharing, practicing, or teaching Dharma in Kechara. Next sponsor, True Sok Fun, dedication, may there be peace and happiness and suffering be pacified. Thank you very much for sponsoring our programs. Thank you very much. And yes, because again, Kechara survives on donations, and with your contribution, it will help us sustain our programs online. Okay? So, moving ahead. Today, I am going to be talking about what we can learn from suffering. Okay, last week we spoke about living fearlessly. So this week I thought that I would talk about what we can learn from suffering, because what inspired me to talk about this is, well, a variety of things throughout the week, from me talking to my friends, to people around me, to watching some shows on Netflix that talk about things that make us suffer, loss of loved ones, a lot of things that we hold on to, and hence some of us still have these emotional baggage. Now, I would like to perhaps share with you to learn to have a new relationship with suffering. Okay, I know that it will take time for us to change the way we view things. Because it's a lifelong process. Okay, all the sharing that I've done for the last 54 programs, it's about change. It's about understanding how the human mind works, and because of that, we can understand why we feel the way we feel, and also why people do things the way they do, and that's why we either love them very much, or we get very, very upset and very stressed as a result. But because when we understand the human mind, we will be more empathetic, and we will be able to let go with more ease. That is a learning process, and that will take time. I fully understand that. Again, baby steps. Every time when we take the baby step, and when we feel that we want to react negatively to a situation or to a person, that's where we practice control. And we go, okay, wait, time out, focus on you can focus on your intention, or focus on, okay, that's what I learned, that's what I read, or that's what I heard from JP's program, and that's how the human mind works. There's no rhyme or reason, but that's how the human mind works. That's how the person is, and that's how situations can be pretty disappointing and pretty chaotic. That's the law of nature. So embrace it and make new choices. So that takes practice. But when we have not honed that skill enough to not let certain negative emotions arise, and we actually allow it to arise, and then you suffer as a result. Suffer, okay? I put quote unquote because it's temporary. When we allow that to happen, I noticed through the years that when we suffer from whatever it is, a situation or from someone who can be pretty nasty to us, it makes us appreciate the goodness that we have even more. For example, loss of loved ones. And for those of us who have never experienced loss of loved ones, we may, or even for myself, take them for granted sometimes, right? So yeah, you love whomever. It can be your parents, your children, your best friends, your relatives, whomever it is, and your spouse, your partner, whoever they are. And we always tend to look at the negative side of things, and then we talk about it, and on and on and on and on and on. And one day, I'm not sure if you've experienced that, you lose one of them. Be it they walk out of your life or they pass away, and you go, oh. And you grieve and you mourn. And then you think back, wow, all those negative thoughts that we've had, or all those times that we've taken for granted, was so unnecessary. And you learn as a result to cherish on a much deeper level the people who are still around, whom you love tremendously. So because of that, so that's why, yes, we do suffer from the loss of a loved one, but what is the flip side to the coin? What's the silver lining? The silver lining is it makes us realize not to take people for granted, not to take situations for granted, not to take blessings for granted, because it can be taken away one day without you even anticipating for it. So, and that makes life even more beautiful. Yeah, that thought arose for me very strongly the past few days, because I was watching Netflix. and there was this reality show, that showed how people suffer in their lives, and how it made them grow as a person. And I love watching these kind of shows, because it is a reminder. It's a constant reminder of how we should be grateful of what we have, and hence I've been encouraging all of us to have a gratitude journal, because we tend to forget that we are blessed with so much. And that's why today I wrote that I'm very happy that I'm alive, because before I joined Kechara, I was going through a depression without even realizing it. And to a point that I had suicidal thoughts back then. That the pain that I went through being depressed almost every day was just too excruciating, and I thought that ending my life would be an easy way out. All right, so what has happened throughout the week actually made me think, or brought back memories that I've had, and I'm so glad that I did not end my life, because that would be a cop-out, and I would have missed all the beautiful things in my life, henceforth. So I'm glad that never happened, and I'm glad that I've learned to appreciate the suffering with more positivity, because without all these sufferings, I would not have learned to cherish all the blessings that I have right now. Yeah, so I have learned to have a new relationship with all the things that I have been suffering from. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. Are there any questions so far? Kirsten says, grateful that I have food and shelter. 2, about the trust, care, and love from kids, friends, and even people that I just knew, that I'm surrounded by good people. 4, that I'm able to work and still have the passion and drive to achieve. 5, still able to see beauty in everything. Oh, that's wonderful, Kirsten. Okay, so do we have any questions with what I have shared so far? Okay, so moving along. So what am I saying here? So what I'm saying is, it's always a yin and a yang. Okay, there's always a yin and a yang in life, because that's how our current mind operates from, the duality of the mind. So what's the silver lining? because of our negative reactions to certain phenomena in life, or be it in situations or be it a person, because we react negatively to that. And when the good things happen in life, no matter how insignificant others say or perceive them to be, as long as it is something that serves you ultimately, you cherish it even more, to a much deeper level. You appreciate it even more, knowing that one day it will not be there anymore, because that's the law of nature. That's the law of nature. So that's why as we age, why is it that we say that people become wiser? It's because they have gone through so much in life. They've experienced so much in life. Okay? And then they've learned, and that we've learned that instead of holding on to all the negativities, we learn to embrace that everything in life is transient. No matter how good situations or people may be, or how negative they may be, it will pass. Everything is impermanent. Everything. No matter how hard or how much effort, we put into holding on to it. Go with the flow. Cherish the moment. Cherish the moment. Cherish it all the way. Because tomorrow may be a different situation. So go all out. That's why I always say spend quality time. Whatever that we do on a daily basis, every second of the day, do it with your heart and your soul. Because tomorrow may be a totally different day. Totally. Look at the COVID-19 situation. Who would have thought? Well, the scientists have been talking about it, but in general, all of us, which one of us would have thought that we would have this pandemic in our lifetime? Never crossed my mind. And I wonder, when is the next pandemic and what is it going to be? Yeah, so whatever that we have right now, really cherish it. Really cherish it, and cherish our life right now on planet Earth. Cherish what we have. Cherish ourselves. That's why during the last few sessions I say, forgive. Forgive yourself already. We are so good with bashing up ourselves because we always have expectations of how we should and should not be. Whatever is done, that's in the past. Let it all go. The key is this: we can make new choices every second of our lives. Every breath we take, it's a new moment. It's a new moment. So make better choices. Make better choices and you have new results. Yeah? So it is that taking the baby steps and making that conscious effort, that if we make new choices in our lives on a daily basis, we will be creating new results in our lives. So if we were not happy with our past results, fine. Then understand, learn from it, and make better choices. Forgive ourselves. Definitely forgive ourselves and tell ourselves it's okay. Who on this earth has not made mistakes? Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody. So enough of bashing up ourselves. Enough. And if people do not appreciate us, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah? And if we're not as beautiful or not as tall or not as wealthy or whatever, not as smart, it's fine. All of us are unique. It's a package deal. It's a package deal. There's so many aspects of us that makes us unique. So it's impossible to say, oh, I want to be like this person. It's impossible because you have other attributes in your life, in yourself, that the other person may not have, and you just focus on that one aspect of the person's life. So be complete, feel good enough, because we are all unique. There's a beauty in all of us that is uniquely us. Embrace, truly believe in that, embrace that, and celebrate that. Celebrate that with no regret. Just celebrate that. And know that every day we should not be afraid to learn, to be a better version of ourselves, more loving, more kindness, more compassionate, less ignorant, okay? Less ignorant. So never be afraid to learn, because when we learn more and when we put it into practice, things will start to make sense, and you go, okay. And that's where you start to let go. Yeah, even whatever that we're suffering from, what's the flip side to the coin? It makes us appreciate the good things in life even more. Okay? Again, let's not be so attached to all the good things in our lives. Cherish it, appreciate it, and know that these things can be gone before you blink your eye. And that's the law of nature. And that is something that we cannot control. Okay? Corinne, when my father suffered from dementia, I felt his suffering as well, and especially when he had to be placed in a home. With that, I'm grateful for a sound mind and appreciate and cherish the time I now spend with my family, with my mother family, and all the people around me. Definitely. Definitely. Okay, so if we always beat up ourselves and think that we're not good enough, we have a bad memory, this and that, exactly. Because we can be in a worse situation, just like what Corinne has said. All right, about the father suffering from dementia. So cherish the sound mind that we have right now, because one day we may not have that anymore. Christina says, every day is a blessing. Definitely, Christina. Every day is a blessing. Every day. Okay? But again, know the mind. Understand our mind. If our mind tends to like attaching ourselves to things, okay, like for example, if you're very used to partying, going out, doing a certain things in life, or attached to our loved ones, nothing wrong with that, but be careful, because why? If we are attached to them, not realizing it, that one day we may lose them, and when you actually lose that situation or the person, you'll be a lot of suffering. A lot of suffering, and it may put you in an emotional tailspin. Okay? That's because our mind has, without us realizing it, attach ourselves to that. Holding on to it, believing that they'll be with me, or the situations are with us for good. Okay, there's a false perception. Because of the false perception, hence we have that false experience, and that's where all the suffering, a lot of suffering, arise as a result. So just be careful of that. Okay, I think time is up. Thank you very much for tuning in. And we shall continue tomorrow morning, 8:30 Malaysian time. Okay, so have a great Saturday, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.